I saw Barbecue has some political ambitions, and now it is turning from being a gang-led operation to being a political operation just because they want to get the support of the masses. But people should not forget the evil that has come from this person. They should not forget what he has done so that he can get his name to be called Barbecue. So these are the important things that we should always keep in mind and make sure that injustices are answered through justice. Our Kenyan police forces rescued a police station in Haiti, and that was a very, very big win for the Haitian police, as well as to show our professionalism of the Kenyan police. They were able to rescue or recover a police station. We know these gangs, they want to attack a police station so that they can get armories, they can get guns for their own benefit. But the Kenyan police fought these forces and these gangs, and they were able to secure a police station back. On social media, we are congratulating the Kenyan forces and saying that who are these people who are fighting like this and we don't know about them. So these are Kenyan forces, and as we said here, they are trained, they are well trained. So the gangs were sending a message, and I believe the message was received, and they're going to be engaged. You know, if you want to be engaged, then they will be engaged, and I'm sure you cannot fight these trained people. These are trained people, you are not trained. What I'm seeing they're doing is they're trying also to bring in children into this conversation, and once they bring children, it's going to be hard now to fight them, because tactically it's going to be a lot of ethics involved. You can picture in mind a professional police officer trying to aim at a child. It's going to bring up a lot of issues, but we know that these gangs are using children in their fight, which is very, very unethical. As well as the guerrilla warfare is about also to take another turn, because they are trying to attack and hide. It's a different tactic, but I'm sure our forces are well versed with it. Hello guys, welcome to yet another episode. We're going to discuss about international politics, and of course we are going back to yet again Haiti.
Yes, Jeff. Very nice. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for having me in this show, Haiti. Yeah, it's a very great session about Haiti. I've been loving, I've enjoyed everything about Haiti.
Yes.
There's something that happened on Tuesday.
Yes.
The CNN reporters were there. Someone, our own, Larry Mado, was there. But a gang just erupted. It was called 400 Mauzo.
Yes.
Came in and attacked the Prime Minister and the police over there. What really happened? What really happened that time?
Yes. On Tuesday, the CNN crew, led by, of course, Larry Mado, and the Prime Minister of Haiti, Gary Conille, had gone to the hospital that was reclaimed the other day from the gangs by the Kenyan police and the Haiti National Police. This hospital is very important, the Asian State University Hospital, very important to the country. It is the largest referral hospital in Haiti. So it was very important that the government of the day reclaims that hospital from gang control. So the Prime Minister had taken Larry Mado there to have an interview. And mind you, the Prime Minister, we know that he is a medic, he is a trained gynecologist, and did his residency, in fact, on that same hospital. So he knows that hospital very well, and took the CNN crew there to just explain to them why it is important for that hospital to be reclaimed back to the public. And of course the hospital has been damaged. It is not yet operational, but as we know that the government is still in control of that hospital. So as they were going on with the interview, a few shots rang out, and those shots signified that there is something not right at that moment. Fortunate enough, the Prime Minister and the CNN crew were able to be evacuated at that place immediately. We saw, for the first time, we saw the Kenyan forces springing up into action, shooting back at those people who were shooting at the convoy, creating cover for the escape of the Prime Minister and Larry Madowo. So that was the situation that happened in Tuesday.
Do you think after this the Prime Minister is going to accept a dialogue with the gang? Because you know very well that Barbecue decided that he want a dialogue with the Prime Minister because he was not a politician. After this, do you think that the Prime Minister will accept to have a dialogue?
After what happened, it will be very, very difficult for the Prime Minister to yet again have a sit down with gangs to have dialogue with them. We understand that the Delma 6 leader, that is Barbecue, wanted, and Barbecue is, by the way, starting to be seen as the gang leader of all the gangs in Haiti, because he has the control of the most powerful gang. He was saying that he needs to have dialogue with the government of the day. And of course, that is uncertain now, because what these gangs did was to embarrass the Prime Minister when he had guests there, when the entire world was watching live on camera. So it is very hard now for him to go and make concessions. Even the world will be surprised if at all he will make concessions with these gangs that even threatened his own life. But something very positive that came out of this interview is the fact that Larry Madowo asked the Prime Minister, aren't you afraid about these gangs? Aren't you afraid or scared about your life? And he said that I don't put so much thought into it. Yeah, it seems that this is a person who has the interests of Haitians at heart and doesn't even care about his own life. Yeah, sometimes, yes, you have to care about your own life, but to him, he says that he doesn't put so much thought into it. His is only to play his part to return Haiti into law and order. So that is also the positive that came out of this, as well as we know that these challenges that happened and he had to be whisked away. But everything was fine, everyone was fine. No dignitary was injured, no reporter was injured, no police officer was injured, Haiti or Kenya.
What next? What next for the Prime Minister if you want peace in Haiti? What is supposed to do right now as the gang have started now firing back? Because this is the first time that we have seen the gang fighting back. What next?
I think he only has a few options left. And the major option that he has is to make sure that now he goes head on to fight the gangs. We know that he has not been very, very active. The Prime Minister has not been very, very active to approach the gangs head on. Perhaps they are trying to recoup everything so that they can now target the gangs. But we know that there hasn't been that onward fighting with the gangs. We know that they have been very concentrated on reclaiming important infrastructure, the port, the hospital, and securing even the US embassy and the Prime Minister's residence. These are very important infrastructure to be secured, but they have not engaged the gangs in their center of activities. So perhaps what now will follow, as the whole world saw that these people don't even care about the Prime Minister, they don't even care about international media, they can attack anyone. So if the Prime Minister can be targeted that way, you wonder what a civilian in Haiti can undergo. So I think that will now make sure that they give the call to all needed activity to work, because these MSS forces do not still have enough supplies for them to now go on a full-scale attack. They have not even achieved the maximum number of forces that are supposed to be sent there. What we know is Jamaica will send its forces next, and we are expecting to see an increase in the number of forces. But we know Kenyan forces are supposed to total 1,000. Right now, I think Kenyan forces are totaling to 600. Yeah. We still have 400 here in Kenya that are supposed to go there. So we need that international cooperation to fill that 2,500, the Benin and etc., so that we can have 2,500 forces that can engage these gangs should there be a need for them to be engaged tactically. But what we hope for is that they will lay down their arms, submit these arms to law enforcement, and decide to live in harmony with the people. Because at the end of the day, a common Haitian wants peace. Yeah, you have to also figure out the numbers that we are talking about here. 12,000 people have guns.
Yeah.
These are, among these 12,000 people, different gangs.
Yes.
But you're controlling a population of 12 million people, with the national police having 1,000 or so. So they are overwhelmed. They need support. The support is there. We need facilities to be given so that they can engage these gangs how they're supposed to be engaged.
What I'm seeing that the Nini is doing is using a guerrilla tactic,
Yes.
where you are not aware. They attack you while you are not aware. Do you
Yes.
think when they use this more, it's going to affect the Haiti Prime Minister? Because last time they were not aware that the gang they are going to appear.
Yeah.
But they appeared between the interview.
Yes.
I think the gang wanted the world to know that they were still here and they were fighting for the country because they saw CNN. And CNN is a big brand.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Yes, it was one way of them showing the world that we are still here, we exist, and we are ready to take on this country. If anything comes, we are ready to fight. I think that was the message that they were sending, and I'm sure the MSS forces, the Haiti National Police, got the message right, and they're going to act immediately as soon as all this settles down. We saw the Kenyan forces very active there, fighting back. And even people on social media were congratulating the Kenyan forces and saying that, who are these people who are fighting like this and we don't know about them?
Yeah.
So these are Kenyan forces. And as we said here, they are trained, they are well trained. So the gangs were sending a message, and I believe the message was received, and they're going to be engaged. You know, if you want to be engaged, then they will be engaged. And I'm sure you cannot fight these trained people. These are trained people, you are not trained. What I'm seeing they're doing is they're trying also to bring in children into this conversation. And once they bring children, it's going to be hard now to fight them, because tactically it's going to be a lot of ethics involved. You can picture in mind a professional police officer trying to aim at a child. It's going to bring up a lot of issues, but we know that these gangs are using children in their fight, which is very unethical. As well as the guerrilla warfare is about also to take another turn, because they are trying to attack and hide.
Yeah.
It's a different tactic, but I'm sure our forces are well versed with it.
True. I was very happy to see our Kenyan soldiers interacting with the residents in Haiti.
Yes.
I felt so
Yes.
happy to see like that. They know how to communicate.
Yeah.
They know how to interact. They have the residents have gained courage that the soldiers are there. They
Yes.
are very happy. Congratulations to the Kenya police who are in Haiti. You are doing a nice job and
Yeah.
amazing job. To us Kenyans, we are proud of you. What can you say as you are finishing?
As I'm finishing, just like to also keep boosting their morale, that we are here and we are supporting you and we are praying for you, that you go there and come back safely. And because these gangs maybe do not listen to any other way of communication than responding through bullets, then I think unfortunately that might come to happen. And when it comes to pass, we pray that God will be on their side and they'll fight and win the war. And of course, we pray that peace will return to Haiti.
True, because when you are going to fight, the first thing that you're supposed to take is dialogue.
Yes.
After dialogue, you're supposed to take something that your opponent is using to fight you back.
Exactly.
That is the way that you can bring your enemy down.
Yeah.
What does I heard that the police did something in Haiti, like rescuing the police station. What about that? Can you
Yes,
about that?
our Kenyan police forces rescued a police station in Haiti, and that was a very big win for the Haitian police, as well as to show our professionalism of the Kenyan police. They were able to rescue or recover a police station. We know these gangs, they want to attack a police station so that they can get armories, they can get guns for their own benefit. But the Kenyan police fought these forces and these gangs, and they were able to secure a police station back. They are expecting that these gangs will later on try to go and fight back to get the police station back. So they are monitoring that situation, as well as they are going to make sure that that facility remains for the national government, for the Haitian people.
For me, I really appreciate all the police that they are there, the Kenya police, the Asian police, the Jamaica police. They are doing an amazing job over there. It's not easy to risk your life for other people's life. It's not easy.
Yeah.
For the job that they are doing, God bless you. That is the last thing that I can say about it. What can you say to Malaysia?
I think they are doing an amazing job.
True.
And we will keep tabs and inform people as things go by, and we hope that we will not have any bad news to share with the people, only good news, and we hope that they can lay down their arms. I saw Barbecue has some political ambitions, and now it is turning from being a gang-led operation to being a political operation just because they want to get the support of the masses. But people should not forget the evil that has come from this person. They should not forget what he has done so that he can get his name to be called barbecue. So these are the important things that we should always keep in mind and make sure that injustices are answered through justice.
True. Until next time, we say game over.